What if a single leaf before bedtime could silence your bladder and give you the first full night of sleep in years? Doctors warn that this constant interruption steals away the deepest stage of sleep, the very stage where memory is repaired, energy is restored, and the heart regains its calm rhythm. Each broken night quietly weakens your body, shortens attention span, and increases the risk of falls in the dark. Today, I'm going to show you how one simple leaf taken wisely at night can calm the bladder, relax the nervous system, and allow you to sleep deeply without waking again and again. This is not a complicated routine, not a heavy medicine, but a natural companion you may already have in your kitchen or garden. Before we begin, I would like to hear your thoughts. Where are you watching this video and what time is it right now? Please leave a comment below, because every small story from your life adds meaning to this community. And if you find value here, please remember to like this video and subscribe so that you never miss another gentle tip made especially for seniors. So let us begin this journey together, because tonight could be the first night in many years when you finally rest through the hours without fear of waking, without the burden of rushing to the bathroom again and again. The real cause of nighttime urination. As the years go by, our bodies change in ways we do not always expect. And one of the most important changes involves a small but powerful hormone called vasopressin. This hormone is released naturally at night, and its role is to tell the kidneys to slow down urine production while we sleep. In younger years, the signal is strong, so the bladder stays calm and the body rests without interruption. But after 60, the production of vasopressin quietly declines and the kidneys continue filtering fluids almost as if it were daytime. The result is clear. More urine is created while you are asleep and the bladder fills faster than before. Many seniors in both America and India discovered this shift only after months of restless nights, when fatigue, mood swings, and even poor memory begin to creep into daily life. It is not a failure of the body, but a simple adjustment that requires understanding. Once you recognize this invisible change, you can begin to make choices that ease its effects and restore the deep healing sleep you deserve. At the same time, the organs themselves begin to respond differently to the passing years. The kidneys, which once filtered fluid with sharp efficiency, now work at a gentler pace. This does not mean they are failing, only that they are slower and the balance of fluids takes longer to settle. The bladder, too, becomes more sensitive than it used to be. Decades ago, it might have held nearly 2 cups of urine before sending an urgent signal to the brain. Today, for many elders, the signal comes when there is only half a cup inside. Imagine lying in bed, finally drifting into rest, and suddenly a whisper of pressure rises into the mind. The body insists it is urgent even when it is not. This false alarm pulls you from sleep, forces you to stand, and breaks the very rhythm your body needs to heal. Seniors in Texas and Kerala alike have described this moment with the same quiet frustration, feeling betrayed by their own bladder, yet unsure what to do. Adding to these natural changes are small habits that seem harmless, but actually worsen the problem. Many older adults enjoy a warm cup of tea, a glass of milk, or a comforting bowl of soup in the evening, believing it will relax them before bed. Others reach for juicy fruits like watermelon or oranges after dinner, thinking it is a healthy choice. Yet all of these foods and drinks add liquid to the system at exactly the wrong time. The kidneys, already slowing for rest, must suddenly process a flood of fluid. Within hours, the bladder fills and the cycle of waking begins again. A retired teacher in Florida once shared that her nightly glass of warm milk taken at 9 o'clock was the hidden reason she woke twice each night. When she shifted that glass to earlier in the evening, her sleep stretched from 3 hours to 6. Such small changes prove that nighttime urination is not just about age, it is about timing awareness and gentle adjustments that give control back to you. The secret of one leaf. For centuries, families in India have turned to the neem tree, a tall and graceful plant whose leaves are treasured for their quiet strength. Even in small villages, elders remember plucking a few leaves from the backyard tree and chewing them gently after meals. In American gardens, neem is less common, yet its extracts can be found in natural health stores tucked between bottles of herbal teas and supplements. The leaf carries a reputation for cleansing, calming and supporting the body in ways that modern medicine is only beginning to understand. For older adults who find themselves waking again and again at night, the thought that something as simple as a single leaf could make a difference feels almost unbelievable. And yet, when taken wisely, neem has offered comfort to countless elders, from grandparents in Kerala to seniors in Florida. It stands as a bridge between traditional wisdom and modern curiosity, whispering a reminder that nature still holds gentle answers. What makes neem so remarkable lies in its natural compounds carefully stored inside each leaf as if prepared for our later years. Scientists have identified flavonoids and triterpenes compounds that help relax smooth muscles throughout the body, including those in the bladder wall. When the bladder is calmer, it no longer sends urgent signals at the smallest stretch, allowing the mind to remain at rest. Neem also contains antioxidants that ease inflammation, a silent factor that often irritates the urinary tract and disrupts sleep. For seniors, especially those who already carry the burden of arthritis or high blood pressure, these calming properties bring more than bladder relief. They offer a sense of steady peace, like dimming the lights before bed and telling the body it is time to rest now. Unlike heavy medications which can leave you groggy or dependent, neem works with the body's rhythms, guiding it back to a state of balance rather than forcing it into silence. The difference may feel small at first, but over time it grows into deeper nights and lighter mornings. Traditional healers in India have long spoken of neem as a protector of health, weaving it into daily rituals with quiet trust. Families in Mumbai once placed neem leaves under pillows to ward off restlessness, while village elders brewed them into teas for gentle relief. These practices, passed from one generation to the next, carried the simple message that nature's gifts, when respected, could restore harmony. Modern research is beginning to confirm these old truths. A small clinical trial in Delhi found that older adults who consumed neem leaf extract before bed reported fewer awakenings and longer sleep cycles. Across the ocean, doctors in the United States have also shown cautious interest. One geriatric specialist in California shared the story of a patient who combined neem tea with an evening routine of stretching and quiet breathing. Within weeks, she reported not only sleeping more deeply, but also feeling more refreshed in the morning, as if a fog had lifted. Such stories remind us that the solutions for nighttime urination and broken sleep do not always come in the form of a prescription bottle. Sometimes they are waiting quietly in a leaf that has been respected for generations. So, dear listener, the neem leaf is not magic and it is not a cure for every problem. But in its quiet way, it can ease the overactive bladder, soothe the restless mind, and remind the aging body that sleep is still within reach. If nights have left you weary and mornings have felt heavy, this humble leaf may be the companion you did not know you needed. And when paired with gentle habits of timing and care, it becomes more than tradition, it becomes a natural key to peace. How to use neem the right way. When it comes to natural remedies, the way you prepare and consume them often decides whether they help or disappoint. Neem leaves, though humble, carry powerful compounds, and treating them with care ensures you receive their full benefit. The simplest preparation is to rinse the leaves thoroughly in clean water, removing any dust or residue, and then let them dry in soft sunlight for a short while. Too much sun can make them bitter, so gentle drying is best. Many elders in India brew 2 or 3 leaves into a mild tea, steeping them in hot water for several minutes and drinking it slowly. In America, where fresh neem may not always be available, neem tea bags or powdered extracts are easier to find. Some elders prefer to chew one fresh leaf directly, though the taste can be sharp. Chewing works because the natural oils mix with saliva, allowing the calming compounds to reach the bloodstream quickly. Whether you brew or chew, the key is simplicity and respect for the leaf. Timing also matters more than many people realize. If neem is taken too early in the evening, the effect may fade before you fall asleep. If taken too late, the body may not have time to absorb and use it fully. Most experts suggest consuming neem 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, allowing its gentle compounds to calm the bladder just as the body prepares for rest. Imagine finishing your dinner, taking a slow walk, and then sipping warm neem tea at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. By the time you lie down, your system is already winding down, the bladder is quiet, and the mind is ready to surrender. For those who struggle with broken sleep, creating this rhythm can be as important as the leaf itself. It is not just about what you take, but when you take it that makes the difference between a restless night and a deep, steady rest. The amount is equally important because more is not always better. In Indian households, elders often chew a single small leaf or brew 2 leaves into 1 cup of tea. In American settings, where neem is usually available as dried tea bags or powder, 1 teaspoon of neem powder or a tea bag in 8 ounces of hot water is usually sufficient. Drinking more than 1 cup or chewing several leaves at once can irritate the stomach or make the taste unbearable, discouraging you from continuing the habit. Think of neem as a gentle helper, not a quick fix. 1 leaf, 1 cup taken consistently often does more good than heavy doses. A retired man in California once shared that when he increased his nightly neem tea to 3 cups, hoping for faster results, he only ended up with mild stomach upset. When he returned to a single cup before bed, his nights grew peaceful again. So, dear friend, the secret lies in balance. Prepare it cleanly, take it at the right time, and respect the right amount. These small details allow neem to do its quiet work, calming the bladder and guiding your body into restful sleep. In this way, the leaf becomes not just a tradition from another land, but a nightly companion you can trust. Common mistakes when using neem. Even the most helpful natural remedy can lose its power when used in the wrong way, and neem is no exception. One of the first mistakes many elders quietly make is drinking their neem tea together with a large glass of water. The belief is simple. They think more liquid will help the body absorb better. But for a bladder that has already become sensitive with age, this habit quickly backfires. The extra fluid fills the bladder within an hour or two, sending urgent signals just as the mind begins to drift into rest. A retired woman in Ohio once shared that she faithfully prepared neem tea every night, but added 12 ounces of water afterward to flush the system. Instead of sleeping better, she found herself waking twice by 3 in the morning. Once she reduced the excess liquid, drinking only her tea, her nights immediately became calmer. This story reminds us that sometimes less is truly more. Another common mistake comes from combining neem with foods that irritate the bladder lining late in the evening. Many older adults in both America and India find comfort in spicy curries, salty pickles, or even tangy tomatoes at dinner. These foods, though flavorful, increase bladder sensitivity and often create a false urge to urinate. When neem tea is taken immediately after such meals, its calming effect is drowned out by the irritation caused by the food. A gentleman in New Jersey explained that he always paired his neem tea with a bowl of heavily salted popcorn while watching television. Instead of easing his nights, the salt drew more fluid into his system and the bladder reacted even faster. In India, elders sometimes chew neem leaves after a late dinner rich in chili and pickle, only to discover that the bladder wakes them just the same. The truth is simple. Neem works best when the evening meal is gentle, light, and kind to the bladder. Perhaps the most serious misunderstanding comes from believing that neem alone is enough, or that taking more leaves will create faster results. Some seniors chew 5 or 6 leaves at once, convinced that stronger doses will bring deeper sleep. Others begin to think neem can replace every medication prescribed by their doctor. These approaches not only reduce the effectiveness of neem, but can also place the body under unnecessary strain. Too much neem may upset the stomach, create bitterness in the mouth, or cause discomfort that discourages long-term use. And believing that neem can replace medical advice is even riskier, because conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or prostate enlargement require proper care. One physician in California recounted a patient who stopped his blood pressure pills after discovering neem, hoping the leaf alone would be enough. Within weeks, his pressure rose dangerously, and only then did he return to his prescribed plan. The lesson is clear: neem is a gentle partner, not replacement. It supports the body, but it does not stand alone against every condition. Remember that neem is meant to be an ally, not a miracle. Use it wisely, avoid overloading the bladder with excess water, and pair it with meals that are soft on the system. Most importantly, see it as a companion alongside medical care, not instead of it. In this way, you can trust the leaf to play its role while you remain safe, balanced, and hopeful about the nights ahead. In Texas, an elderly gentleman named Robert struggled for years with broken sleep that left him weary and discouraged each morning. He described lying awake at 2 or 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling fan and wishing his bladder would simply let him rest. After hearing from a neighbor about neem, he decided to try 1 cup of warm neem tea about an hour before bed. The taste was strong, almost bitter, yet he chose to persist, telling himself that one small habit was worth the effort. Within a week, Robert noticed something he had not felt in years: 5 hours of continuous sleep without the usual trip to the bathroom. His wife observed how his mood shifted. He seemed lighter, more patient, and even returned to his small woodworking projects with renewed energy. For him, the leaf became more than a remedy. It became a key that unlocked nights of peace he thought were lost forever. Far across the ocean in Kerala, India, an older couple named Nair and Lakshmi faced similar frustrations with restless nights. Like many elders, they had grown used to waking up twice or more to urinate, believing it was simply part of aging. But with gentle encouragement from their daughter, they began to combine neem with light yoga stretches before bedtime. Each evening, after finishing a simple meal, they prepared a small cup of neem tea and then practiced slow breathing and gentle movements for 15 minutes. The tea calmed the bladder while the yoga soothed the nervous system, creating a rhythm that guided their bodies toward rest. Within a month, both were sleeping longer, often until sunrise, and they described waking with a clarity they had not known in years. Their mornings at the temple became brighter, and their evenings filled with gratitude, as if a simple leaf and a few deep breaths had returned youth to their nights. When comparing Robert in Texas and the Nair family in Kerala, the distance in culture and lifestyle seems wide, yet the lessons they discovered are strikingly similar. Both faced the quiet frustration of nights broken by repeated trips to the bathroom, and both feared it was a sign of inevitable decline. Yet instead of surrendering to age, they each made one small change, Robert with his nightly cup of neem tea, and the Nairs with their combination of neem and gentle yoga. The results were not instant miracles, but gradual, steady improvements that restored their trust in their bodies. The shared truth is powerful health in older years does not always require sweeping changes or heavy medicines. Sometimes it requires a single step, a humble leaf, or a gentle breath at the right time. And when those steps are taken consistently, the nights grow calm, the mornings grow brighter, and the spirit regains a sense of control. Unexpected benefits. When older adults begin using neem at night, many are surprised to discover benefits that reach far beyond the bladder. The leaf carries compounds that support heart health by easing inflammation and helping blood vessels relax, which may gently lower nighttime pressure on the cardiovascular system. For seniors who quietly fear the strain of broken sleep on their hearts, this is no small comfort. Neem also reduces stress hormones, allowing the nervous system to quiet down, which in turn strengthens the immune response. A calmer body rests more deeply, and a rested body defends itself better against infections and fatigue. One retired nurse in Dallas said she felt fewer colds during the winter months once neem became part of her nightly routine, a reminder that sleep and immunity walk hand in hand. Another quiet gift of neem is its effect on memory and morning clarity. When sleep is uninterrupted, the brain finally has time to process, repair, and store memories, a cycle often lost with repeated awakenings. Elders in both America and India often confess a quiet fear of losing memory, forgetting names, or feeling foggy when they wake. Neem, by helping restore deeper sleep, indirectly protects these functions, leaving mornings clearer and more focused. A grandfather in Chicago described how, after weeks of neem tea, he could recall his grocery list without writing it down, a simple victory that restored his confidence. In Kerala, a retired school teacher said she no longer misplaced her prayer book each morning, a small change that made her smile. These moments, though modest, bring reassurance that memory is not slipping away as fast as once feared. The final layer of benefit is emotional, and for many seniors, it may be the most valuable of all. Restful nights ease anxiety, lighten moods, and return a sense of control, helping older adults feel less like a burden and more like themselves again. Waking with steady energy gives courage to meet friends, join family gatherings, or even try a short walk in the park without hesitation. The quiet dignity that comes from sleeping well is not easily measured, but it is deeply felt. Neem, in its humble way, can be the companion that restores not only health but also self-belief. And with each calm night, the spirit learns again that aging does not mean surrender, it means adapting with wisdom, supporting habits that make the difference. Good sleep is not built by a single habit alone. It comes from the way we guide our bodies each day. One of the most powerful adjustments for older adults is learning to manage water intake with wisdom. The body still needs hydration, but the timing of that hydration matters far more than most people realize. Doctors suggest drinking most of your water between sunrise and late afternoon, allowing the kidneys time to filter gently while you are awake and active. After 7 o'clock in the evening, it is wise to taper down, taking only small sips when truly thirsty. A gentleman in Dallas once admitted he drank 2 tall glasses of water after dinner, thinking it would help with digestion. But the result was 3 bathroom trips before dawn. When he shifted his routine, drinking more through the day and less in the evening, his nights grew quieter and his mornings lighter. The message is simple. Hydration is important, but timing is the secret key. The second layer of support comes from how and where you sleep. A calm bladder cannot do much if your bedroom is too warm, your clothing too heavy, or your pillow too high. Studies show that older adults rest best when the room is cool, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, with breathable cotton sheets and light clothing. In India, elders often choose airy cotton nightwear, while in the United States, switching from flannel pajamas to lighter fabrics has helped many sleep more soundly. A woman in Michigan shared that simply lowering her thermostat by 2 degrees and replacing her heavy quilt with a lighter blanket reduced her night awakenings by half. Posture also plays a role. Lying on your left side with a small pillow between the knees reduces pressure on the bladder and eases digestion. These details, though small, create an environment where rest can unfold without constant interruption. Finally, what you do in the morning quietly shapes how you will sleep at night. Gentle activity helps the body move fluids, regulate circulation, and calm the nervous system before evening arrives. A 15-minute walk in the fresh air, whether down a quiet street in Texas or along a small lane in Kerala, encourages the body to process water during the day instead of the night. Adding light stretches, such as reaching overhead or bending slowly at the waist, loosens the muscles and prepares the joints for daily tasks. A retired teacher in Kerala explained that her morning stretches not only eased her knee stiffness, but also allowed her to sleep 6 continuous hours for the first time in years. These routines remind the body of its rhythm, sending the message that day is for activity and night is for rest. So, dear friend, remember that neem is powerful, but it becomes even more effective when supported by these habits. Drink water wisely, shape your bedroom for comfort, and give your mornings gentle movement. Each small choice adds up to a larger gift, the return of peaceful nights and brighter mornings that remind you aging does not mean losing control, but learning to live with deeper care. As we come to the end of this journey, let us gently recall the quiet gift hidden inside a simple neem leaf. For many seniors, both in America and in India, the nights once felt heavy, broken by trips to the bathroom that stole away the healing rhythm of rest. Yet, with one small change, the body remembered what it was designed to do: sleep deeply, restfully, and without constant interruption. By calming the bladder and soothing the nervous system, neem allows the mind to let go, the body to repair itself, and the spirit to awaken with strength again. Instead of waking weary and uncertain mornings, now begin with clarity, lighter steps, and the quiet reassurance that age does not mean surrender. Imagine this for a moment. In the suburbs of Texas, an elderly couple steps out to their porch, sipping warm coffee as the sunrise paints the sky in soft gold. Across the ocean, in a village in Kerala, grandparents walk together toward a temple festival, their faces bright, their movements steady, their hearts alive with music. These images remind us that restful nights are not just about sleep, but about reclaiming the joy of mornings when energy flows and life feels gentle once again. So, dear friend, may your nights be calm and your mornings full of light. May each evening bring you closer to peace, and each sunrise remind you of strength still within. You deserve the gift of rest, and with patience and wisdom, it is still within your reach. If this message touched you, please share your thoughts in the comments, press subscribe, turn on the bell for new tips, and pass this video to someone you love. Together, we can spread the quiet gift of restful nights.